Give me a moment, guys. Alright, let's get to this. What is up there, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Evolve. You guys seen the title. I was surprised myself. Or was you all actually surprised? So, I'm supposed to be doing a premiere here in a little bit at I think at like 1 o'clock, but in the comments of the premiere and the live stream, I happened to see a comment saying that, hey, you know, Nick Cannon and Vlad, they said that, you know, Eminem is paying off Aftermath people. And I was like, what? So today we're going to take a listen to see what they're talking about. Apparently, Vlad has information that Eminem has been paying off people to hide the tapes. Hide the tapes of him saying racist stuff. So I do want to hear his sources. I want to hear more about this. Because, you know, Vlad is a news I don't know if he's supposed to be a news channel or artist channel at this point, because they have spent 3 hours talking about him and Nick alone. At least take a water break. Take a bathroom break. No, they just been sitting straight. And it has gotten to the point where, you know, Vlad, you know, he's no longer talking about music or artists, but I guess it's a gossip news channel. I guess that's what it is, and it doesn't have to be factual. But let's see what's happening in this. I'm just gonna get right into this, man. Our live stream, with our weekly wrap up, it probably be an hour behind. I'm gonna readjust the time for those of you all that were waiting for that, but I just had to get this episode out. Let's play. Let's see what they're talking about. Nikita Carey at it again.
In the third diss song, you actually played a piece of his racist song.
Very racist.
Black girls are bitches, black girls are dumb.
Yeah.
You kind of kept playing that over and over again.
Yeah,
okay, let's just stop right there. You know, I was just waiting to see if First Violet would put any context behind it. You know, he just come out straight out the gun. You know, you played a clip of that racist song. It's funny how Vlad act like he is Team Black all the time now. Like, what has he done for the black culture? What has he done for black people? But let's go on.
Well, in the third diss song, you actually played a piece of his racist song.
Very racist.
Black girls are bitches, black girls are dumb.
Yeah.
You kind of kept playing that over and over again.
Yeah, black girls are bitches, black girls are dumb.
Yes, it did.
Like, it goes, he tells you don't trust them, white girls are better, white girls, like, oh, if you listen to the entire song,
get to the
it's
context.
Clearly a song where he's blatantly disrespecting black queens. Not beating around the bush. The hook, what he said is black girls are bitches and black girls are dumb. They only want your money.
Well, here's what I heard back in the day.
Okay,
and,
so before we go on, so it looks like they're just going to talk about the song. No context behind it. Because, you know, whenever you want to create a bias argument or whenever you want to create someone off the bad guy, remember, don't tell their story. Don't tell the full story. Only tell, you know, the bad stuff. And I was just waiting to see if Vlad would, maybe that's what Vlad is about to do now. He's about to check him and say, hey, well, I did hear that, you know, it was about a girl and, you know, his personal life and stuff that was going on. But right now they're just painting the picture so that everyone can see Eminem is a bad guy and this is what he said. And it's funny that Nick Cannon is very hypocritical. It's not even funny. I'm not laughing. It's very actually hypocritical because when I seen that comment, you know, I had started going through a few of Nick Cannon songs, and I was going to point out for you all with the song and the timestamp, you know, of everything else that Nick Cannon has said against his, what he called the black queens. And, you know, go back and look at some of Nick Cannon's songs, but I'm pretty sure that people would defend because they can say, well, it's music and he's black and he can demoralize and he can degrade black women because he's black. doesn't make sense to me. I'm not here to argue too much about that, but let's just go on.
Respecting black queens. Not beating around the bush. The hook, what he said is black girls are bitches and black girls are dumb. They only want your money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's what I heard back in the day. And, this can't be verified, but I'm going to throw it out in the universe anyways. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Did I just hear did he just say, and I quote, did Vlad just say, this is what I heard, now this can't be verified, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. Fuck it. I can't wait to hear what he's about to say. So basically he's saying, I'm about to make up some stuff off the top of my head. Don't even try. There's no accountability for what I'm about to say. As a news reporter of like 3 million subs, how many subs he got? He almost got 4 million subs. As a news reporting station, there's no accountability for what I'm about to say. So you can't go and fact check, because I'm already telling you that this is just coming off the top of my head and I'm just making this up. What is this you're about to say?
Black girls are bitches and black girls are dumb. They only want your money.
Well, here's what I heard back in the day.
Okay.
And, this can't be verified, but I'm going to throw it out in the universe anyways. Fuck it.
You're going to throw it out there. What are you throwing out there?
I knew people from Aftermath Records.
Yeah.
Did you?
Back in the early Eminem days when this actually came out.
Right.
And from what this guy told me was that there was actually more records.
Yeah, where he's saying nigga and all that shit.
Yeah, like calling black people monkeys and stuff like that, to the point where...
Y'all know he's lying, right? Y'all know he's lying and he's capping just because he wants Eminem. He wants Eminem to diss him or mention him so bad that he's willing to just make up stuff and being self-aware of it. I'm just throwing it out, forget it. I can't verify it. Let's break down what he just said, because I deal with liars and tons of people on a daily basis. So the first thing that is a red flag is when he said, I deal with people, and then plural. So apparently he said, I knew some people from Aftermath. So he's building a foundation that, hey, there are a couple people, quite a few people at Aftermath told me this. And then right after that, he said, well, the guy told me. Okay, is it people or the guy? See, a liar can't ever get anything straight, especially nouns and pronouns and singular and plural. They constantly have to make up stuff. But let's hear what they have to say. Go back. Let's listen to this.
I knew people from Aftermath Records.
Yeah.
You knew people.
Back in the early Eminem days when this actually came out.
Okay.
Right? And from what this guy told me,
there
was actually more records.
Yeah, where he's saying nigga and all that shit.
Yeah, like calling black people monkeys and stuff like that, to the point where I think Interscope or Aftermath had to step in and buy these guys out. Like the guys who own these tapes had to cut them some big checks or give them jobs or something of the sort for them to agree never.
Heard the same stories.
We've heard the same stories.
Y'all heard Vlad and Nick Cannon heard the same stories from the people / dude, guy, man, person. So apparently the man / people told Vlad, hey, you know what? There are a lot of tapes. And Eminem and Aftermath, they had to buy these people off to hide and suppress these tapes. Or they even got them jobs. But they're out there. Vlad, we're trusting you with this. Nick Cannon says, I heard these stories too. It's crazy. No, it's weird that, why didn't Nick Cannon say anything back when none of this stuff, when Mariah and them were going through this? When he was actually dissing Mariah. You didn't bring up none of this. Vlad, you're lying. I don't even want to. And then Vlad, guys. I mean, listen to this. Why take this serious anyway? I mean, He literally told you that, hey, I'm just coming up with this off the top of my head, and there's no accountability. Can't fact check this. But then you go on to say that actually there is a way to fact check it. How about telling us the name of the guy? What do you mean? I mean, rather it can be fact checked or you know the guy that told you, tell us. So we can at least hold you accountable for the words that you're saying. But you don't want to be held accountable, so you say, oh, them or they or that dude or that's a guy. I mean, it's like me saying, y'all know what? Vlad's two cameramen, the one that filmed, well, one of them is an ex-FBI agent and the other is actually an informant for the FBI. Now, y'all gonna ask, where did Evolve get that information? That's big time. That's huge. And you know what I'm gonna say? Hey, I know people. That dude told me. What dude? Dude told me. Yo, dude. No accountability. Would y'all take me serious? Would y'all take anything I said serious? But there gonna be some in the comment that is like, yeah. I heard that too from that dude. Y'all wouldn't take me serious. What I'm trying to say is that, plain and simple, where there's no accountability, there's no credibility. So if you can't be held accountable in some way, form, or fashion, then people shouldn't take it serious. The stuff that I say on this channel, I mean, you can backtrack it, you can look it up, and there is a sense of accountability. But right now, he threw all of that out when he said, hey, I just want to put this out there. Look it. Really? And we supposed to believe that. Okay. Sure, buddy. Sure, Boomer.
You and I both heard it. It might have some legs. Now, I'm just going to say I've never heard this myself.
Bottom line, I don't give a fuck. That one alone.
Wait.
That one alone.
I never heard this myself. Have you heard it from the dude or have you not? Now you said you haven't. Just go on. This is all over the place. Yeah. Go back just a little bit.
Now, I'm just going to say I've never heard this myself.
Bottom line, I don't give a fuck. That one alone.
That one alone.
Uh-oh, Nikita Carey is talking now.
And then we're in this whole cancel culture. But again, I put that out purposely as a social experiment to say, all right, I'll do a couple light jabs, we'll see. Then I'm going to put this out.
Oh. So first you were dissing, then you were baiting, and now you're doing social experiments. Well, that's 2012. Okay, so now it's a social experiment. So he wasn't making a diss, guys. The diss track didn't have to be good. It was just a social experiment, putting it out to the world. But Zeno, you're way late. You know who else tried this social experiment? Bazino. Didn't get him to nowhere. Y'all know something that Bazino did? What most people, when he sent out the Source magazine, he also sent a free copy of Eminem's tape. Like, he was really dead on. Like, with your magazine came a Eminem tape too. It was funny. It didn't amount to anything, but like I was saying, Bazino tried this same social experiment and it didn't amount to anything. I mean, I can't say it didn't amount to anything because when he was going through all of that and then he explained himself. He explained the why and the reasoning, not that he was trying to be racist, but it was the heat of the moment and he was extremely mad with regards to the breakup. You know, it did hit hard that people felt and thought of him that way as a racist. And, you know, it was a lapse in judgment and words in the heat of the moment. It's still no justification, but still it was explained through anger. Anyway, but like I was saying, it did hit him hard and because of how people felt, and he did take some time off of music for a long while, I can remember. So, you know, he was impacted by, you know, even his, you know, mistake and, you know, his choice of words during that. But love and relationship can have you do and say some things you wouldn't normally do, and that goes for anyone. But let's move on.
And it hurts my heart to sit there and watch people defend it. And you know what the biggest defense was? He already apologized for that. Motherfucker, what? Oh, because a racist apologized? Shit, the motherfuckers apologized at a time to kill when Samuel L. Jackson's daughter was raped. Just because a racist person apologizes, oh, then they don't have to pay no consequences? That's your consequences?
Wait.
Saying I'm sorry?
Stop. Wait. So we're going to sit here and try to compare a movie, Samuel L. Jackson movie with that rape victim, to Eminem's apology in real life? Man, this ain't a movie. This is real life. This is something that happened, that happened to him. Why make that comparison if you're not trying to create this false negative narrative? Against a movie? Man, if I was compared to against some movies, I would look bad. I would look like a villain. Anyone and everyone. It's stupid. It's stupid. And Eminem, it wasn't so much of a apology. It was more of a acknowledgement and a explanation of what had happened and what was going through, and that, hey, I am not, he actually said, this is not, it's sad what people are trying to make it out to be, far as me being a racist, and that's not what it is. He said this way back then, and now we're still trying to make it out to seem like it. This is more an explanation. Actually, I think he said that it doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, or whoever. They all hoes. That's what he said. I don't feel that way, but anyway, that was his comment. But anyway, let's just go on. Yeah, don't work. We are really scraping the bottom of the bucket when we have to use movies.
Daughter was raped. Just because a racist person apologizes, oh, then they don't have to pay no that's your consequences?
You said
I'm
he's racist.
Sorry? No, because first of all, and you know what his apology was? Probably the weakest apology ever. I was young, and I had a black girlfriend. This is what he said. I had a black girlfriend.
Oh, no, we're talking
cheated
content.
on me, and I was mad. Doesn't that sound familiar? That sounds like familiar behavior, right? Because apparently he was mad at Mariah for lying on him. So therefore he can call her all kind of bitches and hoes and cunts and all of that type of stuff. So, when this white man gets angry, it's fair game. He can talk and say whatever the fuck he wants to say about black girls, as long as he apologizes when he's no longer angry.
Well, to be fair,
it's not as long as he apologized. No. As long as it's music and it's craft. And I got to tell you, that whole thing with Mariah, majority of the stuff that he said in his song, it was bars and he was using words that work. But even with Mariah, it has no comparison to this situation. And with this girlfriend, I mean, him and Mariah had a relationship. She was lying. She went on several different news stations saying that M was a liar and putting him out there on blast. So like anyone else would say, hey, he has a right to defend himself. He don't defend himself through fighting or physical or anything like that. He's a rapper, so he defends himself through bars and rapping. So yes, he has a right. She lied, and she was steady going on with the lie. Even went on Oprah. So, come on. It's not the same thing. Moving on. I want to finish this. I don't know.
To be fair,
Vlad,
when those racist tapes came out,
okay,
Eminem went into a hole for a while.
Right.
He came out, he still lives in the hole.
No, he came out eventually, but think about it. He stopped dropping music for like a good 4 or 5 years.
Because he
literally stopped doing anything for a while. I think that really affected him.
Yeah.
I think he took that one hard.
He should.
As he should.
As he really
He should.
And this is the thing. Well, let's put it right here. Because that song is what you call individual racism.
Right.
Where one person has an oppressive mentality and feels they're better than another group of people. And
that's not even the case
position here. To say what he said. Then there's...
All right. Well, there, guys. I think this is a bunch of nonsense. I'm going to strap this up. Well, I should have ended this video a long time ago when Vlad said, hey, I'm just coming off the top of my head. This is all made up. This is what Vlad does. He say things off the top of his head just to get his just to get Lord Jamar and Nick Cannon to do a response off of. I mean, he is literally pimping them. He's pimping them. He's got them on there, and he throws some stuff out in the air, like he said, and they react and they respond, and they don't get it. Well, I like to know what you all think. This is my thoughts on it. I'll see you all in probably an hour or two. We'll go live, I think, for a week wrap up, and we can talk about this further if we need to. But I am so done with this. I'll see you guys next video. As always, KIP, keep it positive. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. It's going to be all right, guys. I'll see you.